Today, we're going to be talking about dot sizes, and does that actually matter? And I had someone reach out to me on Instagram, slid into my DMs and asked, is the 2 MOA versus 6 MOA dot really that different? And I'd say that's a great question. Let's talk about that. And I think the best way to illustrate this is using my Glock 19 and a... Hold on, let me grab another. And the two guns I'm going to be talking about is the Glock 19, which is my EDC, and my Glock 47. And that is going to come in very soon, and I'm going to replace this optic with that, because it's very cool. So now we have two guns. One is for EDC, one is for competition. The optic on here is different than the optic on the 47 because these two has two different usage. I want to have a specific usage for my EDC gun, and I want to have a specific usage for my Glock 47, which means I run a different reticle on this than I'm going to be running on this. I just noticed my gun is so dry, so let's go put some lube in this thing and talk about this gun. And on my Glock 19 configuration, which is my EDC, I have a pretty, well, unusual setup. It's the circle plus dot combination, the 2 MOA and a 32 MOA ring. And the reason why is nothing than faster dot acquisition. So I installed the Osight SE MOS that directly goes onto the slide. And you can see it's a very interesting looking optic. Now I can actually cope in my sights because I am super lazy to install suppressor iron sights. So having a directly mounted sight that could witness is pretty goddamn cool. So let's go out to the range and we can discuss further about the dot sizes itself. Why choose a bigger dot size and why choose a smaller dot size? And what's the different kind of applications that you can have with it? And does this actually make you a better shooter? Come with me. Oh, okay, let me grab this. I've been using these Costco bins for my ranges recently, and I replaced all range bags. Previously, I had that Savior range bag. It's very cool, it's very nice, but I just had so much stuff and no space. I don't even care about being organized. I just want to throw everything into a bin, such as my ammo, my belt, my guns, everything into a bin and not worry about organizing it. In my car, all of this can just stack together in a very nice and neat formation. But I put all my rifles in an actual rifle bag. It makes transportation easier and I can just throw it over my back and just go. On a cart, that way I can just move it to the driveway and load everything up. All right, let's go. You want to be on this vlog?
Sure, man. I don't mind it. It was good.
This is my friend Andre.
If you train with a 2 MOA dot and you're used to that smaller dot, then a 6 MOA dot should not impede you. If you train with a 6 MOA dot, are you worse off than a guy who uses 2 MOA? No, as long as you train, right? So it always boils down to like, but do you train? That's like with almost anything.
I mean, it's also like application. What are you using your dot for? You know, when you're shooting USPSA, a lot of people like to have a really small dot. Me personally, I love to have a bigger dot for USPSA because my acquisition of sights will be so much faster. All the time when I'm carrying, I use the circle dot combination. When I'm under stress...
Like the donut?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Donut and dot, right?
Yeah.
And because under stress, I want to have the fastest dot acquisition. I don't want to be searching for that 2 MOA dot. So that's why like application matters a lot. Like what are you using it for? But also like your level of precision decreases as dot sizes increase.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, across all boards of anything you use, any dot you use, the bigger the dot, the less precise it will be. With adrenaline, like even with just using a beep and a shot timer, you're drawing as fast as possible.
Just sloppy.
That level of precision, trying to find your dot becomes very hard. The main reason why I don't run 2 MOA dots and I use more of a dot circle combination is because of my astigmatism, right? There's the star and the blurriness of it is pretty bad.
But does that all just blend into one giant ass dot?
No. With the circle dot, it's more clear for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And
if you got 2 MOA, are you going to run that over 6 MOA? Depending on your vision?
You're just going to have to test it out. Like, each person is different, right? Mm-hmm. So go to your local range, find a motherfucker that has all the dots. That's the best solution.
Or better yet, make some friends, dude.
Make some friends.
Go touch some grass, go out to the range, actually train and see what you're good at and good with.
Yeah. Because like even between us, you know, swapping gear, training with other people's gear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I found out what actually works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, the hard way, right? And that's an easy way to do it without spending all your money in one place.
So, when you're training by yourself, you only know the way that you train. Versus when you go out and try other people's stuff and train with other people, you can figure out, wait, maybe this is not the most optimal. Or, hey, I could be doing this better, right? I think that's the theory. That's the theme of this. Just fucking go out and shoot.
Yeah, get good with what you got.
Get good with what you got. Yeah.
So
you don't have to spend too much money to get good.
yeah.
So now for the SE MOS optic. Wow. And the reason why I really like this optic and why I highly recommend it is the fact that this can go directly onto the Gen 5 Glock slides without any additional plates, and it's an enclosed emitter, meaning there's glass planes on both sides of this emitter, which helps the fact that any dirt or lint that goes into your pockets will no longer obscure the dot itself. Huge win. Well, I think the lesson of this story here is that it's not about the dot, and I think let's get on this table. Okay, so why are you so tall? I think at the end of the day, the dot doesn't matter. It depends on your situation. What do you want it for? Is it EDC, competition, or just for fun? And for EDC, I would recommend the circle plus the dot combination. It's just so much more faster finding your dot when you bring it up. You don't have to keep searching for it. And the fact that it has the 2 MOA in the middle of it, you can become quite accurate with it. And what matters more than the specific dot that you get is training. You just gotta train a lot with the dot that you're carrying anyways. Regardless if it's 6 MOA, 2 MOA, any dot that you practice with, you're gonna get better regardless. And my most controversial take is that iron sights are becoming more and more useless. These iron sight right here on my Glock 47 are replaced with metal ones because my front one broke off. I mean, I really like the fact that I can co-witness my iron sights now. A lot of people are like, oh, what if the dot goes out or whatever? Dude, my iron sights are co-witness from factory. These are factory iron sights, plastic and all this bullshit. Look, at the front of it, it's fucking chipped, okay? And the fact that now I can co-witness my factory iron sights without buying a plate is fucking crazy cool. Even the dots that are not co-witness, which is most of my ADC guns, I don't care. I'm not worried. I change the battery once every 6 months and I'm calling it a day. And the fact that every generation of dots are becoming even more reliable every step of the way, there is no need to worry about battery life anymore because the technology is just getting that much better. Hell, even my Osight can last up to fucking 90,000 hours. In this case, this optic is using a 1632 battery. All that to say is just train what you are most comfortable with. If it's iron sights or dots, if it's 6 MOA or 2 MOA, your training matters more than what is on your gun. So if your EDC does not have a dot on it, why? I know most of you guys say reliability and you don't want anything breaking on you, but is there another reason? I would like to know. I would like to learn, and I'm gonna take off one of my dots on my EDC gun and start carrying that more often. And if you like what you've seen so far, consider watching this and clicking subscribe right there.